there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another Ramble session. Yes. So let's get to rambling, and I'll share some things with ya that have been going on. I hope y'all are doing well, and I thank you for joining me. Yeah, let's go through this pile of mess. Okay. We stayed home this weekend because let's get some of this stuff out of the way so we can have like some order here. Okay. Let's see. All right. We'll start out with the Fauxbonichi front. Okay, shall we? Yeah. All right. So we stayed home this weekend because my wonderful husband had bought us tickets to go see Wicked this weekend. So that was super fun. It was a fabulous show. I love going to the theater. He knows how much I love going to the theater. And so yeah, we had a really, really great time. And I wanted to show you, I don't know if the person who asked this watches my video, but somebody on the Fauxbonichi group had asked me how I made this playbill into a pocket tip-in, okay? So let me just explain that very quickly to you. What happened? Okay. I have a couple of playbills, okay, from the show. This one will stay intact in my pocket as memorabilia along with my ticket stub and all that. So what I did was one of the extra playbills that I had, sorry for the glare, oh, there's just no getting around it. I just simply ripped off the cover. Okay, on this side here, I glued with a glue stick, I glued a piece of scrapbook paper, okay? Then I took the whole card to my sewing machine and just simply did a zigzag stitch all the way around it. This drives me nuts. Oh my gosh. Never fails with washi tape. I mean, I know it's low-tack tape, but it's also high maintenance tape, if you know what I mean. Okay, so then I decided I wanted to keep like my ticket stub, our, what's it called? Parking pass, and the musical numbers, okay, from the playbill. So all I did was I took a piece of black cardstock in my scrap bin and I cut it to size, put a little notch in it using the EK Success little, this is, how big is this? 1 inch round circle, right? So you just stick in the, do I have a paper really? I mean, come on. All right. Yeah, so you just stick it, to do a notch, you just stick it in halfway, you know, and then you punch it out, stick the paper into the punch halfway this way, and then you just punch it out. And there you have a little notch. This makes it easier to get stuff in and out of the pocket. And then on this picture here was on the inside of the playbill, so I cut that out and just stuck that on. And then I had received this cute little washi in Happy Mail a while back. So I thought, oh, green, it just goes perfectly, right? So there's that. So and then I just tipped it in with, this is a thin strip of washi tape. Over here, I tipped it in first with Scotch tape so that it was wider. And then I just added a little decorative piece of the purple right there. And so that's how I did that little pocket flippy-do. Okay, I love adding memorabilia. You know, I mean, that's part of the reason I do this book as well, is my book it's not just writing, it's not, you know, I don't really do artwork or anything like that, but it's just everyday memories, you know? And so if I can collect anything throughout the day of something that we did and put it in the book, then that's what I do. So lots of fun there. So that's that. Okay, then the other thing on my desk was this right here. I'm still working on the Night Before Christmas book, okay? It's going to be 2 signatures. I'm working on it slowly but surely. I have the rest of the year. So, working on that. And then somebody else also, I don't know, I can't even speak this morning. Somebody else asked me about making journals from Little Golden Books, okay? Now, on a Little Golden Book, I'll just briefly explain it because I don't have a tutorial and I don't plan on doing a tutorial that I know of, so I'll explain it. Okay, if you'll notice right here, all golden books, well, they're stapled here, okay? 2 staples, 1 staple here, 1 staple up here. That's how the book is put together. And then right here is a scored bit, okay, in the cardboard, and that is what enables the book, if I can grab a hold of it, to open and close, okay? Now, when you're taking one of these apart, you very carefully, because you don't want to poke yourself or anything, and of course, depending on how old the book is, this is 29 cents. This is pretty old. It's actually from 1963. I found it at Goodwill. And so the staples were really rusty and nasty. So please just be careful. Children, don't do this without adult supervision. Maybe some of you adults need adult supervision like me. Okay. So once you take the staples out, okay, then it opens up like this, and then the 2 signatures come out, okay, in perfect shape. Now, excuse me, sorry, there's Fred, has to say good morning. So I am very thankful to Glenn because he took very good care of his book. These pages are aged beautifully, okay? There are 2 signatures in each golden book, okay, from my experience, all right? Now, when you take out the signatures, see, it's the entire page together already. So it's a signature, if you get what I'm saying, okay? So when you go to put your other papers in and all that kind of stuff, and this is an odd shape too. This is an odd widthwise. Where's my ruler? Really? Okay, here it is. So this is actually 6 and what is that, like 5/8, something like that? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5/8. So 6 and 5/8. So it's a little bit less than 6 3/4 inch. Okay, which means if you're going to use a piece of scrapbook paper, it's going to come up short. Now, in most junk journals, which again, I dislike that name, just putting it out there, in most handmade journals, that's what I'm going to start calling them. In most handmade journals like these, you put in a mix of papers, a mix of sizes, all kinds of different things, okay? And so it doesn't really make a difference. But if you do want pages that are this wide, you're gonna have to put some pages together. And I'll show you how I did that right here. Okay, like this here, okay, for instance, I took 2, these are, I don't know, coffee stained, I guess. I took 2 pages. I don't know if you can see that in the light. Okay, see, yeah. I overlapped them about 1 inch, and then I will take it to my sewing machine because that is the latest fad in journal making these days. And I will run a stitch on both sides, okay? And then this will be used in a journal. I will cut it down to size and it will be used in a journal. So that's one way that you can do it. But now back to this here. Okay, so once you take out the staples, right, and you open it up and now you have the front and the back cover, you're going to simply carefully cut this down, okay, right down the center so that you have the front and the back. Then you will take, let me see if I have one over here. This is just an example, okay? Then once you have these 2 separated, okay, you know what? I can just go ahead and do it right now. Sorry for the reach. Just so you know, like, what I'm talking about. If you've never, you know, done this before. So you very carefully detach, okay. There's that side. And hopefully there's, yep, there's that side. Okay, so you do that very carefully with your X-Acto knife. Okay, so now you have two separate, pieces, okay? Now, this is gonna pose a problem if you can see that. This is the scored part of the book that allows, of course, the book to open and close, right? What I would do is I would reinforce that, okay? So what you would do is you would put these, okay, you would get let's say your spine is this. This is actually my golden book template. Let's say you put in like what is this? Like an inch? Yeah, an inch spine, okay? You would stick your spine here. Of course, you would make sure that you're using about 1/8 of an inch piece of chipboard, okay? Or if all you have is like a cracker box or something like that, just layer a few pieces on top till you get it the thickness you want. Then you would take a piece of Tyvek, okay, which you guys know what Tyvek is. It's the white stuff. Let me get a piece real fast. I didn't think I was going to show you this, but okay, this is like an extra piece from a mailing envelope that I had in my stash because I used to mail out using these envelopes a lot, and these are just some extras. So you would take a piece of Tyvek, you would cut it, okay, to fit, and I would overlap the Tyvek about, you know, 1 inch over from the spine, okay? Just so you're covering this right here because this is super duper thin. All this is right here, this little piece, you want to be very careful depending on how old the book is. This scored piece here is simply the piece of decorative paper that's on top of this part, the piece of cardboard, and this decorative paper. That's it. There is no cardboard in between here, okay? If you understand what I'm saying. Like, if you look here, I don't even know if you can see it. See, here's a piece of cardboard, no cardboard, piece of cardboard, okay? They did that so that the book was able to open and close easily. So when you're fitting in your new spine, I would actually do this upside down this way, okay? And I would have, okay, let's do it here. I would have my piece of Tyvek, right, cut to size, okay? I would, let's see here. Oh, gee, I came prepared, didn't I? Okay, I'd have it cut to size that, you know what I'm saying, I hope, okay? So I'd overlap it a little bit. And the reason I do it upside down is because I would want this reinforcement on the inside of the book, not on the outside of the book, okay? I would want to keep as much of this part as I could. Because, of course, this is the original. And then here's your spine, right? And you'd leave about 1/8 of an inch in between here, the spine and the book, so that when you open it this way, okay, it opens nicely, okay? So you would do that. And then you would take this one and you'd leave about 1/8 of an inch and you'd glue that down to the Tyvek, okay? And then there you have it. You've added the spine, okay? So I hope that makes sense. One of the mistakes that, you always learn from your mistakes, hopefully. That's what I learned when I made the mistake with my Christmas journal, because what I did was let me show you here. I actually manipulated these two spines here and pushed them in this way to make my own spine, right? Not a good idea, because then, right, you're taking off about 1 inch of the book by using these two little 1/2-inch pieces, okay? So then when you go to put your pages back in, these aren't going to fit. You're going to have to cut them down, and then you've got to, oh, whoa, golly, that scared the poop out of me. I don't know what that was. Something just fell. At any rate, when you go to put your pages back in, if you want to reuse the storybook pages, they will fit if you do it this way, like I just showed you, okay? By laying down these two things on the front cover and the back cover on Tyvek, or some other type of, material that you're using to strengthen the book, and then put your additional spine in here. I really hope that that made some semblance of sense. Oy, oy, oy. So there's that. Yeah, I hope that made sense to you. And then what else have I been working on? I have been working on this. This is my childcraft book, and it is for a special project. And so, yep, I've been working on that. And I put some ribbon on. My girlfriend had seen it. I had like this jagged kind of just like ripped napkin for right along this side here. And when she saw it, she's like, oh gosh, you're going to fix that, aren't you? So I had to fix it. So I put some ribbon on here and Mod Podged it all. And this is napkin on here. You've seen this before. Here's the inside of it. It's going to have 3 signatures. And I am currently in the process of doing the signatures. So I have one here pretty much done that I thought I'd show you. Now, when I say done, I mean, I don't think I'm going to add any more pages to the signature. It is not done with respect to decorating. And a lot of times when I make my journals, I don't really care to decorate all that much because I want to leave that up to the person who receives it. I mean, to me, that's the fun part, is decorating it and all that kind of stuff. So, and putting your own little bits in. Okay, so this is a lovely envelope that I got, or a baggie that I got from Crafty Irina. And so this is how it starts out. And then of course, I cut the bottom off and then put a little notch in it, so it becomes a pocket. So there's that. And of course, I'll probably do something on the front. And then this is just regular school paper. Now this is very thin. It's like newsprint, but you know, for $1, you can get a whole pad of it at the Dollar Tree. So, and I think it has like 60 sheets in it. And so these are really nice to use. And I especially like using them because originally they're wide. You know, they go from left to right. So when you fold them in half, your lines are still going left to right. And I know somebody had left a comment about that the last time I had mentioned that, about using pages, you know, different pages. But yeah, I like my writing or the lines to go from left to right. And then here's just a coffee stain with the stitching. I had extended the paper. This is just regular paper that you've seen before. Dollar Tree heart. I mean, you cannot beat the Dollar Tree. Let me tell you what, I very rarely go to the Dollar Tree, and in like the last week I've been twice. So yeah, let's hope that's not going to become a habit. This is just from an old book that I have, a vintage book. You've always got to do some music paper, of course. Here's another extended page of coffee dyed pages. And then this here is actually from the childcraft book itself. So I took 2 pages out and I just simply put them together with a piece of washi tape. Then on the other side, I took a strip, this is about 1.5 inches or so, took a strip of paper, ledger paper, and glued it on first and then sewed it once the glue was dry. Like, look at those beautiful images there. They're just beautiful. So these are from the original childcraft book. And then, of course, more coffee stained paper or tea dyed or whatever it was. And then I have like this cute little children's workbook. And so, yeah, I think that this signature is done. As far as how many pages, let me see how many pages there are. I should have done that while I was flipping through. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to count that. 5, 6, 7. You know what? I will. 8 for the doily. 9, 10, 11 pages. Okay, so 11 pages in this signature. So, yeah. That's how many I'm going to have in this signature. The book itself will have a total of 3 signatures. Excuse me, there's Fred. Oh gosh. So that's what I like to do in my process. And again, I've said it 100 times. I don't make these very often. So each time is a new learning experience. So when I make my signatures, they're all pretty much the same. You know, it's just an eclectic mix of papers that I have. And like in this signature here, I'm not done with the signature, but this is just simply 2 pieces of scrap of paper glued together and then stitched down the side. and then fold it in half, right? Just to add a little bit of color. And so I did that. Here's another bag from Crafty Irina. The writing paper. I mean, when I do my signatures, they pretty much all have the same, like, papers in them, you know. This is from the vintage bedtime book, of course, music text, you know, coffee dyed paper, regular stationery paper, notebook paper, or notepad paper. Yeah. So, oh, and then here I stitched a little, you know, ruffled ribbon thing on there. So yeah. So I'm working on this. I want to get all the signatures done. I want to get it complete very soon. Very, very soon. So I've been working on that. And I like the way the cover came out. I think it came out cute, and it's not two-dimensional. So, you know, to like put it on and off your shelf or whatever, it'll be fine. And then I think I'm just going to do a ribbon closure, you know. I'll put an eyelet in here and do a ribbon closure, so that'll work out well. And then the last thing I've been working on are these here that I wanted to share with you. So if you remember last week, I had done some little baggies. So I just had some tags, you know, and I figured what the hey. So I Mod Podged the napkins on, and it's the same style as my little baggies from the last time I spoke with y'all. Little Dollar Tree flower embellishment, little button with some floss on it, little ribbon for the tag. This is just a scrap of fabric that I stitched and then glued on. And then I used my Dymo tape thing, Dymo label maker, to make little sentiments. So yeah, so that's all that I've been working on. I guess I'll leave you there. I've rambled on long enough, and I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. And yeah, I'll catch you next time. Thanks. Bye.